Welcome to the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group. You know, in banking, it's so easy to get caught up in products, features, and interest rates. But here's the thing, your customers, they're not just users of a service. They are shoppers. They are actively out there comparing, considering, and choosing where to place their trust and their money during some of life's biggest moments. So today, we're going to dive into the Route to Shopper framework. It's a really powerful way to finally bridge that all-too-common gap between your bank's high-level strategy and the real-world experience of your customers.
We're going to approach this a bit like an hourglass. First, we'll start wide, looking at the core guide paths framework itself. Then, we'll narrow our focus right down to how it applies to the banking customer journey specifically. After that, we'll look at some real-world results, and then we'll zoom back out for a moment of reflection on how you can apply this. Sound good? Let's jump in.
All right, first things first, let's get to the core concept. We call it the Guide Paths Framework, and I want you to think of it as a powerful dual engine. One side is all about brilliant strategy, and the other is about flawless execution. When they work together, they drive incredible value for both the bank and, most importantly, the customer. The Route to Shopper methodology focuses on integrated shopper-based value creation, which is enabled by the Guide Paths Framework. Now, what does that really mean? Well, think of it as the central nervous system for your whole operation. It makes sure the team designing a new mortgage product is speaking the exact same language as the team designing the mobile app for that very same mortgage. It's all about creating total alignment around your customer's decision-making process. So here's how that dual engine really works. On one side, you've got Guide. This is the what. It's the perspective of your brand and product development teams. They're the ones defining the value propositions and setting the overall strategy. Then, on the other side, you have Paths. This is the how and the where. This is your channel and customer experience teams, the people who bring that strategy to life in your branches, on your website, and through your app.
So the bottom line is this. It's all about creating strategic symmetry. This framework ensures there's a perfect, seamless handshake between what your bank intends to offer and what the customer actually experiences at every single touchpoint. No gaps, no mixed messages, just clarity.
Okay, so that's the theory. Now let's bring this to life for the banking sector. Because, you know, while these principles are universal, the way you apply them in the world of finance is incredibly unique. You see, choosing a financial product isn't like grabbing a snack from a vending machine. It's a really considered journey, and it's almost always kicked off by a major life event, like buying that first home, welcoming a child, or maybe even launching that dream business. These are huge moments, and the process that follows is just as deliberate, recognizing the need, doing the research, comparing the options, and finally, making that really important choice. Understanding this entire path is absolutely everything.
And unlike just buying a can of soda, the things that drive this decision are deeply personal. It's not just about the price tag. It's about trust, it's about security, and it's about finding a real financial partner for a specific stage in life. Customers are craving simplicity, seamless experiences, and personalized guidance. Because at the end of the day, it's not a transaction. It's the start of a long-term relationship.
Okay, so we've got the theory down. Now, this is the exciting part. Let's really connect the dots and see how the Guide and Paths engines actually work together to solve some real-world banking challenges. Okay, here's a classic challenge. A bank has tons of customers opening savings accounts, but a lot of those accounts just sit there, either dormant or underfunded. The real goal isn't just getting the account open. It's about driving active, meaningful engagement. So, using our framework, the Guide side develops the strategy. They say, let's create automated micro-savings nudges to make saving a frictionless, easy habit. Simple enough. Then the Paths side executes that strategy through the customer experience. They build intuitive mobile dashboards that actually visualize progress towards a goal, and maybe they even offer access to a financial coach when a customer hits a certain milestone. See that connection? Strategy and experience working in perfect harmony. And the impact of this integrated approach? It's really tangible. We've seen it lead to as much as a 24% increase in the product per customer ratio. Now, of course, this figure is just for illustrative purposes, but it really shows you the incredible power of aligning your strategy with the customer's actual day-to-day experience. All right, let's take on a more complex challenge, retaining those high-value small business customers. This is something a lot of banks struggle with, even when they have competitive products, because the relationship has to go so much deeper than just a single account. So here we go again. Guide sets the strategy. Let's unlock deeper relationships by bundling solutions that address the entire business lifecycle.
Then, Paths delivers that experience. They equip advisors with the tools they need for real consultative conversations. And they use transaction data to proactively figure out what stage a business is in, which lets them offer the right help at exactly the right time. It becomes a truly holistic solution.
And the result of this synchronized effort? A potential 28% increase in business retention. Again, just an illustrative number for our training today, but it powerfully shows what happens when your product strategy is perfectly connected to your frontline execution. It's a game changer.
So, when you put this all together, what does it actually add up to in the real world? Let's take a look at the broader measurable impact. Together, Guide and Paths connect strategy to shelf, or the point of purchase, and intent to impact.
So what does this integrated model really deliver? Well, you see tangible results pretty much across the board. You get deeper customer relationships, which shows up as higher multi-product adoption. You see a real jump in digital engagement because the experience is just more intuitive and valuable. And, I think this is the most important one, you see actual improvements in your customers' financial well-being, which is the ultimate driver of trust and loyalty. And just a reminder, while these figures are illustrative, the positive trend is absolutely consistent.
Now, this is really interesting because it shows the organizational transformation that happens behind the scenes. You move away from a siloed approach, where teams might be pulling in different directions, to a completely synchronized organization. This dramatically increases what we call cross-functional execution velocity, which is just a fancy way of saying the bank can deliver better value to customers way faster and much more consistently.
And this is so crucial. This isn't just about winning today. Think about the future. Technologies like AI are promising incredible personalization and predictive guidance. But here's the secret. AI is only as good as the data and the processes it's built on. By creating this structured, customer-centric framework now, you're actually building the essential foundation you need to unlock the real power of AI tomorrow.
Okay, we've covered the framework, we've looked at how it applies to banking, and we've seen the incredible impact it can have. So for our final section, let's widen that lens back out and bring it all home for you. So as we start to wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. I want you to consider your own organization. How could GuidePad's thinking change the way your organization plans, collaborates, and delivers value to shoppers? Where in your world can you strengthen that handshake between your strategy and your customer's experience? Thanks for your engagement. For more details on individual modules and for custom creation, do get in touch.
Best wishes and goodbye from all of us at the Commercial Excellence Academy by Asbiverse Group.